always talk about how Amazon and its online brethren are tearing old-fashioned brick-and-mortar retailers to shreds. But there are also some less obvious winners from the ascendancy of e-commerce. Take DCT Industrial Trust, DCT for you home gamers. It's a real estate investment trust that owns a combination of bulk distribution centers and light industrial properties across high-demand markets here in the U.S. In other words, DCT is very much about the rise of e-commerce, acting as a landlord for the network of warehouses and distribution centers that are essential to shipping goods quickly throughout the economy, throughout the country. For example, they lease space to Amazon, which is one of our faves. It needs a lot of warehouse and distribution centers to make their free two-day delivery for Prime customers possible. Now, DCT just reported a solid quarter. It was a week and a half ago, and the stock just made a new high today, giving us a 28% gain since the last time we spoke to the CEO roughly 11 months ago. And that's not even factoring its 2.4% yield, which is nothing to sneeze at. I like this story, and you know that, but don't take it from me. Let's check in with Phil Hawkins. He's the president and CEO of DCT Industrial Trust. Hear more about the quarter and his company's prospects. Mr. Hawkins, welcome back to Mad Money.
Hey, good
to see you, Phil. Have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, sometimes numbers just speak for themselves. 98% occupancy. No one has that. I mean, what kind of demand do you have?
You know, couldn't have dreamed it 5 years ago. Right. We're not complaining today. The opportunity it creates, so, is pushing rents and cash flow. So as a result, earnings have done well. We had a good quarter. Now,
one of the things that you said in your conference call I thought was really kind of interesting. You talked about it's not necessarily, you say, oh, I'll just quote you, the people want to be in places that industrial hasn't necessarily been before, or it's very old industrial product that needs to be redone, and it just takes time. So this is a specialty that I think people don't realize. They might say, oh, warehouses, anyone. There's no gating factor. But you've got a very particular set of skills.
You know, it's a different business than it was 10 years ago when you go out and buy a cornfield from a farmer.
Right, that's
what now you're in locations much closer to the city, land that has some other use on it or some other problem. Our focus for 10 years has been go find that land, solve the problem, tear down the building, rezone it, whatever it takes to create an opportunity. But it's more surrounded by, it's less likely to be exposed to more supply than you'd want.
Well, that's why when I look at the map of where you are, I mean, you're basically where people are, and I'm used to distribution. I mean, look, I go to I-95. I'm from Philadelphia, New York, and there used to be the cornfields, and then there would be these big boxes, and you'd say, distribution center. But that's not where you are. You're right next to where the people are.
You want to be right where the people are.
Right.
And particularly in today's world, you know, customers want it tomorrow. They want it today.
Right.
And they can get it today. And we want to help our customers figure that out.
Now, a lot of your companies that are clients, like, you know, James Smucker, Kellogg, Coca-Cola, of course, I mean, these are consumer product good companies. So they are obviously part of the e-commerce chain now, very much so, too.
Their product is being consumed a lot of different ways, brick and mortar, but more and more often online.
Now, are you, let's say you go into New York, are you looking for abandoned factory spaces? That's what's best?
You know, we've been more focused on probably easier to develop than that. You might have an old warehouse on it. Right. It could have a shopping center, for example.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm going. I wanted to know. I mean, we keep hearing about these malls that are dead or dying, but they're near local big populations. Are they natural targets?
You know, we're working on a few.
Okay.
The challenge is zoning. Nobody wants our product. And our product,
trucks? Why?
Trucks and noise.
Right.
And the challenge, we're looking for any site. There's no easy formula.
Right.
We need to find the solution that works for the location itself. It might be an abandoned or underutilized mall. It could be a former warehouse. It could be a former factory that has environmental issues.
Oh, you mean so a brownfield?
A brownfield.
And you can use it because it's, depending upon what you put in there, it's okay.
We have less exposure than perhaps some other uses, and we're working with brownfield developers who can help solve some of those problems as well.
You know, I want to ask you, there's an article today about something that a lot of our viewers are fascinated about, which is autonomous vehicles. Do you see autonomous vehicle trucks coming up to your factories and unloading right there? Because you've got robots inside. I mean, everything could be digitized.
You know, automation is perhaps a key to productivity. The challenge our customers have is more people than real estate. Truck drivers.
Oh, really?
People in the warehouses, while there may be a lot of automation,
right,
they need a lot of people to get those parcels out to the consumer. Okay. Staffing right now is a big challenge, I think, throughout the economy.
You mentioned that in your conference call, but I figured you guys know how to get them better than anybody.
Well, you know, you try,
right,
but finding those people is the biggest challenge all of us have, even our company.
Wow. Okay, hey, just go back for a second. The self-driving car. I was on an NVIDIA truck. Yeah. I was on an NVIDIA conference call. DHL's the biggest. And DHL's, I mean, I have to believe that all these companies are the kinds of things. I mean, you're in contact with FedEx and UPS. Are they just coming in and out of your places constantly?
You know, the logistics companies are thriving right now. Many of them are public. Many of them you talk about. And they're all thriving because they're solving a problem that needs to be solved, which is getting product through congested highways to a consumer as quickly as possible.
Well, I am so glad you came on. Last time, I tell people always want real estate investment trusts, but they don't necessarily want the shopping malls, other than Federal Realty. You're the best way to play this whole e-commerce. I really think so, because it's just, you should, and I want everyone to look, before you buy anything, the consistency of your company is rather amazing.
You know, sustained results is important.
That's what people want.
We've focused on locations that will thrive over long periods of time. And that's, to me, the secret of delivering consistent results over time.
Well, it sure has worked for you, and it's worked for our viewers. That's Phil Hawkins, President and CEO of DCT Industrial Trust. This is the real e-commerce economy. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.